Hey everybody, it's Papa Gord here, and this is my 2018 Star Wars The Black Series top 10 list. So hopefully you'll enjoy which figures I picked for my top 10, plus a few honorable mentions and not really stinkers, but let's just call them stinkers. So I got a couple of stinkers on the list as well. So enjoy, and if you like what you see, please comment. I'll definitely respond back. Maybe subscribe to the channel, and yeah. So sit back and let me know what you thought of my top 10. So, as far as not good figures for 2018 Star Wars The Black Series, I don't think there were really that many that were completely horrible, but I do have four figures that I wasn't overly thrilled with that I think they could have easily made four other figures that they haven't made yet. So this will be one tied for, I guess, one big spot. So three of them would be the Amazon exclusive Droid 3-pack with the R2D2, R5D8, and R2X2. Again, I think it's like most people say, just the price for what you get is a little ridiculous. Having three more droids, fantastic. Having a dirty version of R2D2, okay, pretty cool. But again, considering they don't come with any accessories whatsoever, and they do have the removable parts up on the domes, especially for the R2 units that you could put, like the little periscope or what have you. So those would be three out of the four that I don't think are all that great this year. Okay, so L337 is the fourth figure for the worst of 2018. Don't think she's overly horrible again, but no accessories. Her posability's very, very limited. Looks really good, but I again think that they could have gone with another figure other than her. I feel with most of the solo wave this year, most of the characters were killed off relatively quickly, and they still got a figure. Now, granted, I know most of them were the crew, Beckett's gang, so they did have a role to play in the movie for as long as they were there. But L3 again just kind of stands out as being pretty boring, and again the lack of accessories. They could have figured out a way to have at least given her a blaster or something. The way that IG-88 holds his guns with the little pegs, they could have easily kind of put a peg on the inside of her hand or something like that, just to be able to help her hold a blaster. So again, so basically out of the worst figures of 2018, in my opinion anyways, were four droids. Okay, so I've got three honorable mentions for my top 10 list of 2018. The first being Tobias Beckett, or played by Woody Harrelson. I think overall he's not a bad figure. Looks pretty decent. Really, the only major issue I think I've got with him is it looks like he's kind of wearing a onesie underneath his trench coat. Other than that, I think he's a pretty decent figure. A couple of guns, looks pretty close to Woody Harrelson, and really, in all honesty, and I've made the joke quite a few times, but I think everybody can use a little Woody. Okay, so my second figure for my honorable mentions for my top 10 list of 2018 is Commander Wolffe. Overall, I think he's a fantastic figure, just not quite there to crack the top 10, but still fantastic. Really love him. You can't go wrong when you've got more clone troopers in your collection. I think his head sculpt is fantastic. I do like that his head sculpt better than Captain Rex's head sculpt. But overall, again, just a great overall look to him, and really happy that I've got him in my collection. So number 2 on the honorable mentions. Number 3 for my honorable mentions this year is Lando Calrissian in Skiff Guard disguise. Overall, I think he's a fantastic figure. Looks great, looks just like Billy Dee Williams. The facial sculpt this time around is so much better than his other release. great amount of accessories, and yeah, so really happy that they've made him and that he's in my collection. So again, he rounds out the top 3 that just didn't quite make my top 10 list for 2018. Okay, so here we go. Here is my top 10 list. So number 10 goes to Grand Moff Tarkin, played by Peter Cushing, and it also comes with the medical droid ball, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Super happy that he came out this year. Can never go wrong adding Grand Moff Tarkin to any collection. Looks fantastic with all my stormtroopers and standing over beside Darth Vader. And so yeah, so that's why he's my number 10. Okay, so number 9 goes to Rio. Fantastic little figure. I think they did a great job at reproducing him into a 6-inch sized figure. Comes with a decent amount of accessories, a couple of different blasters. He's got his goggles. His posability is fantastic. He fills in another gap with the Tobias Beckett crew, and yeah, so that's why he made my number 9 spot. Okay, so the number 8 spot goes to the Sand Trooper with dewback, or maybe I should say the dewback with Sand Trooper, as I do believe the Sand Trooper would be considered an accessory for this creature. Overall, fantastic job. The dewback looks great. Decent amount of articulation between the tail, the head, the mouth opens, the tongue is able to move around. The claws, the dew claws are all movable as well. I think Hasbro in general does a great job on all of their creatures. Super happy that over the Christmas break I was able to be patient and get it for nearly a steal. So easily fits in the top 10, and kind of wish I could probably put it up a little bit higher than 8, but still made the top 10. So again, this is my number 8 pick. Okay, so the number 7 spot to my top 10 list for 2018 goes to the Rebel Fleet Trooper. Again, great figure. Happy that they released him. I think he comes with a decent amount of accessories with his removable helmet, his blaster, and I guess I would assume the Death Star plans. Looks just like the actor or the generic guy, I guess, whatever you want to call him. Looks like he just came right out of the screen from A New Hope or even Rogue One. And it's just, again, really great to finally have like a rebel trooper to go against like all the stormtroopers. So hopefully they will decide to maybe do him as a repack, maybe a 2-pack, or something with maybe a couple of different troopers or something like that. But still, overall, great figure, and he's my number 7. Okay, so number 6 on my top 10 list is Enfys Nest with her swoop bike speeder. Just wow, I honestly am at a loss for words when this came out. At first, I wasn't going to bother with it. Again, holiday deals on Amazon made it easier to pick it up, as I really wanted the figure. Wasn't sure if I really wanted the swoop bike, but once getting it in hand, I'm super happy that I did go ahead and pick it up. It is just a massive display piece. It's big, it's bulky, it looks really good. Enfys Nest sits pretty well on it, I think. I don't think she's ever going to come off of it again, but it just, yeah, looks fantastic with some of the other vehicles that have already come out in the line. And yeah, it's another solo character. I think a pretty important one. And yeah, so great figure, great vehicle, super happy to have it, and that's my number 6. All right, so my number 5 for my top 10 goes to Han Solo in his Bespin outfit. Han Solo was always one of my favorite characters in the original trilogy, and the Bespin outfit was always my favorite of his. I think with the facial scanning, the digital printing, whatever you want to call it, on his figure looks probably the best version of Harrison Ford that we've got in an action figure form to date. I didn't get the Comic-Con exclusive. Okay, so number 4 on my top 10 list goes to Bespin Leia. There was 2 released this year of Leia, the Bespin Leia and the Hoth Leia. Really not much difference between the two, except for this one, she's got her gray boots on, she's got her vest, she's got there's some sort of a communicator or something on her forearm, and I guess her hairstyle as well. So I guess there are a few subtle differences. So, but this was, again, one of the iconic outfits that she wore in the original trilogy. And I think my cat's going to sneak in because she must love Princess Leia. So we're just going to keep going with this, and she can be in the video for a second anyway. So she's my number 4. I think the facial sculpt is fantastic. Best looking Leia we've had in all of her previous figures. Definitely super happy that Hasbro finally got her likeness right, even after all these years. So it would have been nice if Carrie Fisher could have maybe been around to have seen that she actually had an action figure that looked like her. But anyway, that's my number 4, Bespin Leia. Okay, so number 3 belongs to General Veers. Absolutely great figure, tons of accessories. He's got his battle armored vest. He's got his helmet. He's got his gun that I don't recall ever seeing him use. But I mean, like the accessories that come with him, you can have him in. He's also got his little Imperial officer cap, so you can give him a couple of different looks that you got to see him in Empire Strikes Back. I think facially he looks incredible. Just was a figure that honestly really didn't think that they were gonna make. So for them to come out with him is incredible. Definitely a lot better than the Admiral Piet figure that they came out with. So again, great addition to my Imperial lineup. Super happy to have him. Looks great beside the AT-AT pilot, driver, whatever you'd like to call him. And yeah, so he is my number 3. And we're at number 2, and that spot goes to Dengar, the final release of the Bounty Hunters. Dengar really was never one of my favorites. Again, I guess just because you only really saw the other 5 Bounty Hunters for, a couple of seconds, and that was basically it. So you kind of had to use your imagination when it came time to playing with your old figures back when you were a kid and wondering what kind of bounties all these notorious bounty hunters were going on. So to finally see him in such a detailed form is just incredible. I think they got him spot on as far as I'm concerned. The bandages, the armor detailing, his backpack, he's got his sidearm blaster, his full-size rifle, just I don't even know how to explain it. Just, you can see that this guy's gone through some stuff and has come out from wherever he's been hiding or whoever he's been trying to hunt down to make a few bucks. But I think just a fantastic figure. I think he definitely puts all of the other bounty hunters to shame as far as his looks and everything. So Boba Fett, I think, has always been my favorite, but to have Dengar in hand, I would definitely say that Dengar has been a bit of a sleeper hit for me. and he's definitely taken over the #1 spot for my favorite bounty hunter. So it was a hard thing just to stick him at #2, but he's definitely a solid 2, if not creeping into maybe #1 a little bit. So it was a hard thing just to decide to put him at 2, but it's a well-deserved spot for him, and just a great figure. And my #1 figure for 2018 Star Wars The Black Series is the Gamorrean Guard. I think he's just a perfect figure as far as I'm concerned. So the amount of soft goods to all the fine details that are on him, you gotta love that furry diaper that he's got going on there. The accessories that he's got enable you to have 3 if you want to spend the extra money, since he is more of a deluxe figure. But just overall, just the facial sculpt, the fact that you can open up his mouth and get him looking really kind of mean and upset, just the weathering on his shoulder pads and his outfit in general, for him being a big green pig. His posability is really good, and yeah, just a perfect addition to my collection. Super thrilled that they came out with him this year. Definitely, really, I probably would have put him in a tie with Dengar for kind of a co-#1, 2 type of a thing, but I think because I've kind of had him a lot longer than Dengar, I've had more time to kind of play around with him and stuff, and I just think he's absolutely incredible. So he's my #1. Okay, so there is my top 10 for 2018 for the Star Wars The Black Series. What did you guys think? Do you agree with my list? I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter if you agree with my list or not, because it's my list. These were my 10 that I really liked out of all the figures that came out this year, plus a few honorable mentions. Anything different from what I picked, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you think, and I'll definitely respond back. Again, if you could give this video a like, maybe subscribe if you like what you're starting to see on our channel. And yeah, I guess that's it. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support so far. We've got some more videos that we are planning on getting recorded and edited and out on the channel. So again, one more time, thanks again for watching, and have a good day, eh?